Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Steve Sipple is in the airport about to fly out to Denver to L.A. Bill Busch with me. I'm Jake Sorensen. Happy Friday to you. Hope you enjoyed some Thursday night football. We will certainly miss Sip here in the studio today, but we hope he has a safe flight again for his final flight of the year. They'll drive, of course, to Iowa City on Black Friday, so final flight of the year for Sip.
Steve, mark yourself safe. Love to hear from
He has texted before the show with me, so I've heard from Sip this morning.
Yeah, that was a little hurtful.
I reached out first
because
fair,
I did not get any form of a text this morning marking himself safe. No idea if he made it to the airport okay. Nothing.
I probably should have, thinking back to it, text in the group chat to say, give us a report on the airport, but I did not. That's my fault. Not Sip's fault. That's my fault.
This one's on
Bill.
you, Jake.
This is on me. I'll take the L. That's fine. But Sip will be flying out shortly from Lincoln to Denver to L.A. with, I think, like a 1 p.m. arrival. So a full day, full afternoon in L.A. before he goes to the steakhouse.
When are his plans? Mastro's, right?
Mastro's Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yep. I got a text before the show on the way into work at about 5:20 this time. I guess
breaking news, right?
Well, this is not the breaking news part.
Okay,
This is before that.
Okay.
A friend, Jesse, who actually works at a hotel here in Lincoln.
Okay.
He texted me at 5, which is 3:20 Pacific time. He says, "Have a good show today. Just going to bed right now in LA." So at least 30 Husker fans out here today. We're gonna win Saturday. Mark my words. Hashtag #hashholes. That's what he said.
That's nice. Going to bed now
At 3:20 in the morning.
3:20 in the morning. He was shutting it down.
Yep. That's gonna be a rough day today. If you hope he sleeps in at some point.
I would think so.
That's a long day. It's a long night in LA. 3:20.
There will be a ton of Husker fans out there. There will be. That's the one thing that makes anytime there's so many Nebraska fans that are obviously in California in that area, but Arizona is packed with Huskers, and that's an easy trip. Very easy. It's drivable, and so it's a very easy trip. So I'd imagine everyone for the last whenever that the schedule came out, year and a half, whatever it's been, has kind of said this is the game we're going to. We're going to go see this one. So it'll be a big deal.
Part of me wishes I was out in LA. I've never been to LA. Been to San Fran, been to San Diego, never LA area, but maybe sometime we'll get to that area.
I've been there a bunch. Been always recruiting. So to say that I enjoyed myself, no, not really, because it was always work. And so it was just, you're just in hotels or at high schools or whatever, but getting around, like I said, traffic's crazy, but it's crazy all over the place. So I enjoyed LA. I really like it.
I have already upset people 4 minutes into the show.
What happened?
I didn't. This was not intentional. I said this is Sip's final flight of the year, as in the regular season. Yes, they could still make a bowl game breakers. I'm saying Nebraska's going to go 5-7. I didn't say that.
Didn't say that.
You're assuming what I said was a shot at the team.
What happens when you assume, Jake?
You make an ass out of you and me.
Thank you.
Yep. So that was not the intention of that statement. Of the schedule that we know, it's Sip's final flight of the season. Yes. Can always extend, though.
Always extend. Or maybe, I'm trying to think, what bowl game could they get that they might drive to? There really isn't a drivable
I don't think
bowl
you
game.
Could drive to a bowl
There's
game.
not really a drivable bowl game. Every place is technically drivable, but except for like the Bahama Bowl or something like that would be hard.
That'd be
it. Everyone technically is drivable.
Or the Hawaii Bowl, probably too.
They wouldn't. Are we going to the bowl game?
I haven't. I think we should.
Yes, it'd be nice to have the show there. Would it be nice to have it live after the hiatus?
I've got people that tell if Nebraska clinches this Saturday, we will definitely have some communication on what that looks like for early break at the bowl game
with Sip and Jake
and Bill.
Yeah. Early break with Sip and Jake. That's what the commercial says.
No, it says early break with Sip, Jake, and Coach Busch. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I think the promo just says early break. We took out, it just says early break on it. This just doesn't say anything besides that. But no, we will get the stool hopefully to a bowl game if they clinch sometime, this Saturday or next Saturday. That'd be wonderful. That'd be great. Did you watch the football game last night, Thursday night football.
Well,
Commanders-Eagles.
I'm really bummed because on the way in, I heard what a great game East Carolina and Tulsa was. It was a goal line stand, 38-31, goal line stand by East Carolina. And I'm bummed I missed that because I did something super rare, is that we put on Amazon and we watched that. And I go, you know what? The Commanders-Eagles, this is pretty good. I kind of want to see this. And so I did. That's what we watched. And it was really a fun game. And then just all hell broke loose at the end, and it wasn't.
Now, I texted you and you and Sip in the group chat, and I said buffoonery happened. You were watching at this moment, so I'm curious if you felt the same way. It was 12-10, mid fourth quarter, late fourth quarter. The Commanders were in easy field goal range, 4th and 2. They went for it, did not get it. Eagles go down and drive, take the lead by 9, and then a pick their very next play, the next drive, and they score again. It's a 16-point game. Game's over. The Commanders could have kicked the field goal to go up by 1 with 4.5 minutes to go. In that scenario, did you think that going for it was the right play, or are you confused also by why they went for it on 4th and 2?
Here's why when I returned the text last night was I was out of the room and I come back in and all I see is 4th and 2, and the play is just they're just snapping the ball. And so I'm like, okay, they went whatever it was, the situation. I didn't realize they were in field goal range until you alerted me. I'm like, oh wow, okay, they didn't make it. And then my first thing I said was the buffoonery of the fumbled snap, because they fumbled the snap.
They did.
And the CQ exchange was not good.
It's bad.
And so that threw everything off. And boom. I'll tell you one thing. Daniels took some shots.
He has been the last couple weeks.
He took some shots, and because usually you can't touch him. You never get a good hit on him. He got lit up a few times, and that. Like I said, you mentioned you think he's injured, and then that he's banged up. He looks banged up because he looks nothing close to what he looked like week 2, 3, 4, moving around, throwing. He had several throws just in the dirt, and it didn't look good.
Well, if you remember, he was almost not going to play in that Bears game where he threw the Hail Mary. I think he had rib issues with that, and he thought, hey, he's game time decision. He played. He banged up his shoulder in the second half. I saw him holding that last night against the Eagles. But yeah, I just don't think he's fully healthy. But also, he is a rookie. I mean, sometimes I believe the rookie wall is a real thing. Do you believe that as a coach? Football.
I have some belief in it. I do. I think it anytime. I think it's tough for anyone. I think it's hard for when you're a freshman and you come in and if you're truly a starter in college football and you're playing 12 games in big leagues and all this, that's hard. It really is. It's hard when you're shouldering all that, because the competition is different. It's definitely different, and it's longer. And also, you've been training for much longer. So there's a lot to that. That's why in the NFL or in college also, it's like how you manage your team is so important. And so how do you get your team ready to play on Saturday? And not just are they ready to play mentally? Do they have the game plan down? Are their bodies in the best shape that they can be, and they're mentally ready to play?
And again, that's a tough ask to go on the road, tough environment at Philly on a short week. He just had a really dramatic loss to the Steelers. It was a great football game against Pittsburgh. They lost by 1 point on Sunday. So he didn't play bad in that game. Didn't play phenomenal. It wasn't bad. But then on 3 days rest, going to Philly,
and they led what most 2/3 of the game last night. I mean, they were always Philly couldn't score. They couldn't do anything. And then it broke. And boy, did they run the ball. Who was the running back?
Saquon Barkley.
No, Barkley was not the one with the runs.
Before Kenneth Gainwell had a couple big runs.
A couple big runs. So I was like, whoa.
He opened up. You're right. A couple in a row. But then Barkley had a couple touchdown runs, obviously.
Yes.
He scored twice in 20 seconds.
It's hard to do.
They took the lead by 9, and then the next play, when they get the ball back, the first play was a pick by Daniels to Blankenship. And then the very next play of the drive, Saquon Barkley goes like 40-some yards for a touchdown.
Was that Barkley?
Yes.
Was it?
It was Barkley in that one. Both of those were Barkley. So he had two. But on the drive, they scored the first touchdown. That was Gainwell, who had the big yards before Barkley did score the touchdown. But 26-18, Eagles beat the Commanders. Now 1.5 games up in the NFC East. 6 straight wins for the team that always wants to get rid of Nick Sirianni. Sick of this guy. He's 8-2.
He's 8-2.
He's 8-2.
Now, the funny thing is, you haven't heard any Sirianni talk for like 4 weeks. Nothing.
We come outside during these breaks and see ESPN say, "Oh, should the Eagles fire Sirianni?" About a month ago. Well, why? They've won 6 straight games. Their defense is good. Vic Fangio, who again was
Yeah.
I was up and down with in Miami last
Up
year.
and down. I don't think up and down was the word. You wanted him gone. You hated him.
Well, I'm saying I
no.
was up.
You said you called him a fraud.
I
You called him a fraud. I have the text. You called Fangio a fraud.
I said Vic Fraggio on these airwaves.
Yes.
I did say that. But I'm saying I was ecstatic when they hired him. I was like, we got it right. We got an actual DC.
But then you turned.
It did turn. It turned.
Oh.
But he's having a good year at Philly. And again, as you say, Bill, Mask kicks ass. Both sides of the Eagles' O-line is extremely good, and their defensive line is extremely good, and that's probably a big reason why they've won 6 straight games. They're all clicking and they're healthy right now.
I was shocked at how fast Philly's defense was, because and maybe again Daniels couldn't get around very well, but he's almost untackleable. I mean he's so hard to, and they got him on the ground a bunch. So it was fun. I enjoyed watching. I watched NFL.
I am so proud.
I watched NFL
over a college game that you said was epic.
Yeah,
East Carolina and Tulsa.
Yeah, in general, that's what I've been. Well, and then also I would have missed a lot of that game, but when you're locked into Amazon, you can't flip in and out of the app. So
there's
I
no
was
channel return.
No, so I was just stuck.
You're stuck.
So I just stuck.
Anything else for idle chit chat, Bill?
No. What are we doing Fridays, Jake?
We do a roll call.
Are we going to do a roll call again?
We are. And then I'll have, after the roll call, I will have some potential breaking news via Steve Sipple. How about that? But it's delayed breaking news. So right now, you know the drill. Please call or please text us 402-464-5685. Your name, where you're listening from, your age, and what else do you want today, Bill, from the Breakers?
I need to know your date line of when Christmas lights and decorations can go up.
Okay.
Do you feel, and it's real simple, is it okay to put them up before Thanksgiving, or do you have to wait till after Thanksgiving? In my opinion, there's a hard line in the sand on where you're at with this as a family or whichever way. So I need to know, is it Thanksgiving, is it pre-Thanksgiving for Christmas decorations, or do you have to wait until post-Thanksgiving to put Christmas decorations?
That's a good question. Roll call, get to it, 464-5685. By the way, I forgot to mention, Idle Chit Chat was sponsored by our friends at Renew. Please call or text David at 402-833-3858, or go to renewyourauto.com. They do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray, and bed liners, and more at Renew Your Auto. Okay, let's go to the text line for the roll call. Bill and Bennett says, Here.
Thanks, Bill.
I'm present.
Yeah.
Swift is working out at the 70th and A Genesis, age 28.
That's your Genesis.
That's my
Jake.
Genesis.
Yes, it is.
He says lights are going up when he gets back to Lincoln from L.A. Going to L.A. for the bowl game, for the game.
So he's getting a little ripped up
game
today.
Against the
Twisted
USC.
Steel.
Yep.
There you go.
So when he gets back on Monday or Tuesday, he's putting the lights up.
Okay.
That's Swift from is working out at the gym. East Lincoln West, age 40. Decorations have been up for a week already.
Love it. Absolutely. I'm just so everybody. I need to say where I'm at with this. I'm fine with them up early.
Okay.
Last weekend or week, wherever it was, I think it would have been last weekend. I believe it was. I was up in Creighton, and they had Christmas lights up on like we see right out here on the poles.
Yes.
And that would have been mid-November, and I was
happy.
Those look incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, that made me happy.
Festive.
To walk into someone's house right now and have a Christmas tree up, I'd love it. So I'm pre. I'm actually, I'd like that. Like the day after Halloween, get them up.
Wow, November 1st.
Get them up.
You're in. Okay.
Get them up.
Greg in Fishers, Indiana, age 52, says the day after Thanksgiving. Lights and stuff.
Not a problem.
That's fine. Sean in Eagle, age 61, December 1st, he says.
D1. Okay.
December 1st. Ryan in Delaware, age 39, day after Thanksgiving, and not a second sooner, he says.
Okay. All right. Make a stand.
He's a Black Friday man.
Yes.
Hobie in Holland, age 63, says after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Chris in Fremont says the weekend right after Thanksgiving. So
that's the popular time.
Yeah,
In general, I think that'd be the most popular time is get through Thanksgiving. It's that Friday. And some people start putting things up on that Friday.
I think the problem this year is that it's so late. Thanksgiving is the 28th.
Yeah, it really is.
Like it's less than a month from Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Have the lights up as much. I also think there's a difference when you have like young kids in the house. I think young kids in the house to me says put them up earlier. Get it going.
Yep.
Make them happy. Ben wants them up like like December 24th, like that. Yeah.
Christmas Eve. Put them up.
Put them up. Then take them down. Get them out of here.
26. We're taking them
out of here.
Casey in Topeka says 54 before, but only a few days before Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right.
So it's probably Monday next week or Monday of Thanksgiving week. Joel in Wisconsin says Black Friday and I will die on this hill, age 55.
Nice. I like that. Committed. Committed.
Minda LB and Minden says 27 years old, has to be post Thanksgiving for the Christmas lights and decorations. Brian in Johnston, Iowa says Black Friday after the football game. Now the problem this year, Brian, is it's a 6:30 game. You're not putting lights up at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. When you there's no chance though, I'd say, even if you drove down O Street and saw the lights out there like we see, or if you drove through Creighton like I did last when it was dark, there's no chance you'd say, I think that looks stupid. It was like, no, that was pretty cool looking.
Nope. Paul in Lincoln says outdoor lights are up, but to indoor stuff not until after Thanksgiving.
I like that. And you know I'm a big fan of Christmas lights outside all year.
Permanent.
Yeah, permanent. That's my deal. That's my deal.
April. Busch has got lights. Yeah, those aren't coming down, by the way. They're staying up. Pete in Chattanooga, why would he be listening to the show? Why would he be listening?
I wonder if he knows some of the, is he connected to Nebraska at all?
He must be. Age 73, the weekend before Thanksgiving for the Christmas lights and decorations.
That seems pretty handy. Seems awful handy to have him.
Will in Fullerton, I think that's our
Will. Yeah, Will. He's protecting the world.
Thank you
for the election.
He says,
appreciate you not having a scandal this year.
Age 41, anytime after Thanksgiving. So it doesn't give a date. It has to be post Thanksgiving.
Okay, he's making a stand. I like that.
IQ Crew says 46 years old. No go on lights until after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I think it's getting a healthy mix. I think most so far are leaning towards post Black Friday.
Basically, yes, the weekend.
And that's how I have always felt. Black Friday is when we have put our stuff up traditionally.
But I'm with you. It's the 28th.
It's late this year.
You want to get all you can of those lights.
You do.
Yeah, I really do.
Sanderson says, already have them up.
Thank you, Sanderson.
We still have some up from last year, so he's on your side there.
When I drive by a house in July when they have Christmas lights on, tell me that upsets you. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Now, this is dark. Steve in Brazil, Indiana.
Okay.
Age 56 says, a reindeer dies for every Christmas light put up before Thanksgiving.
I don't know if that's true.
That's dark, Steve.
I will say
right.
this: if it's true, that would bother me. It would bother me. It would make me look at things different if I knew that was factual. Well, thank you for the insight.
John in Fremont, lights go up on Black Friday. Now we're getting a lot of people saying it's Black Friday here. Travis in Gothenburg,
think that's the normal.
Black Friday. Kevin in Centennial says Black Friday.
Does it bother them that it's late this year?
That's the fair. Again, it's November 28th for Thanksgiving. Very late this year. Laverne in Hawaii, age 57, says Black Friday for Christmas lights. I've had a long run of that now.
This is one of my favorite holidays coming up. One of my top holidays of all time is
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes, the night before Thanksgiving.
The night before Thanksgiving. Everyone's happy.
We're getting there.
Everyone's happy. What about tomorrow? We got to panic around. We got to get to different places. Got to open presents. No, you don't. It's just Thanksgiving.
Tristan in Lincoln says no decorations until December 1st. We heard two of those now. December 1st is when somebody puts them up.
Okay.
Come on. You can do November. It's fine. Wink and KC after Thanksgiving. Aaron on the way to Seward right now. Black Friday. So I think now it was an even split. Now it's
not
definitely
anymore.
skewing towards Black Friday or a little bit later than that. Possibly.
So I really enjoy those that have them up already because they're going against the grain. They're heavily going against the grain, and they're living their life. They're living their life, Jake.
Now this one is Rich in Springboro, Ohio, age 58 says, when my wife says put them up.
That might be the best answer so far. That's the best one there is. The best, it's always such a tradition too. Where it's like, okay, we're heading to the basement. What's coming up? The Christmas decorations are coming up. The lights are coming up. The tree's coming up. If you don't have a real tree, just everything about it.
Bobby Dean Smith in Bogart, Georgia, age 71 says Black Friday.
Yeah. We've kind of that it's gone heavy. Yes.
He says, but you should see our Chick-fil-A right now. It's Disneyland out there with the lights, leaving it up through January 6th.
Yeah. There's a lot of lights up even around Lincoln. When I'm cruising around, I see a lot. And plus what's nice, I get to see a lot of lights. You know why, Ben? Because it's dark like at 5:00. So I see them. Otherwise, you wouldn't see them. I'd be getting home, we'd light till 6:37. That's crap.
I'm going to the YouTube crew, and then we're going to move on to some breaking news. Kendall in Roy, Washington, age 35, says after Thanksgiving. Doesn't say Black Friday, just says after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Jack, age 21, does not. He's just saying hello. Didn't give me a Christmas light.
Thank you, Jack.
Hey, Jack. Good morning to you. Travis is with us also. He says he's going to have a stogie when Nebraska clinches a bowl game. Could be this weekend. Could be next weekend.
Oh, I'd be shocked if it wasn't this weekend.
Ooh.
They'll win the new offense, fresh legs. They'll be ready to go.
Nels in Montana on the road to elk camp right now. Says Black Friday for the
elk
Christmas lights.
camp. That would be
elk
be fun.
Active duty Husker listening from overseas, putting up our decorations November 1st before he was deployed.
That makes complete
That's
sense.
cool.
Complete sense.
Thank you for helping it for your service, active duty Husker. Matt in Gilbert, Arizona, age 54, after Thanksgiving. Bolt says, listening into my pickup while driving after Thanksgiving.
Bolt,
Okay.
how about that? Chiming in on the road. He's out there. He's laying. Concrete's what Bolt does. He's in charge of concrete. Yeah, he's a dude. Yeah.
Lonnie in Fort Mill, South Carolina says Black Friday.
Okay.
Brad in Kansas, this is Black Friday. Josiah says thanks in Seward, Black Friday of that one. Lon in Charlotte says there's some lights up now in Charlotte, not his house, but it's up somewhere. Scott, anytime after the 4th of July, fireworks are fine for the Christmas lights.
I'm fine with that.
So if you're around,
there's never a time. I said what I really enjoy the most is July and just driving by a house and have their Christmas lights on. That fires me up a lot.
Thomas
it really does.
Thomas, age 72 in the Philippines, says after Thanksgiving.
The Philippines. Is there anything up in the Philippines at all? Any lights up?
Yeah. Any pictures you want to send Thomas of right now? The scene.
Just remember a couple things. Something just happened. I think I need to address this with the Breakers because there was a lot of kickback to Ben's score on yesterday's Rick Heyman song.
Yes, the Toby Keith song.
Toby Keith song. There's a lot of that. And then I just mentioned how I love seeing lights up in July, and Ben rolled his eyes at me as if it was dumb. So Ben does not like
He's a bah humbug.
He wants
here.
No Christmas spirit in July, and he thought the Toby Keith song was dumb. And so that's some things that we're addressing some things here, Ben, we have to get to the bottom of.
We do. That is the roll call, sponsored by our friends at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards. Please stop by and see Sarah and the team.
Sarah!
Just south of 48th and Holdridge. Great place for bowling, billiards, darts, karaoke, everything you want.
We had a segment yesterday on just bowling alley food.
Yes, we did.
And how great it is to dine at a bowling alley. And I'm sure with Sarah that they write things down on a notepad, and then you get to hear keglers in the background, pins going down and from the distance, and that is an incredible sound for your lunch today.
It is.
And go see Sarah. If you have a problem, she'll fix it.
She will.
She'll fix it.
Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge. We have some breaking news, Bill.
Play it.
Now, this is not officially official yet, but it's maybe leaning this way. Per Steve Sipple, Sean Callahan, and the Husker Online team, before they departed for L.A. this morning, Bill, the Nebraska-Cincinnati football game.
So Steve broke this news.
He did.
Sip broke this. This, you guys know, it's like Adam Schefter when he breaks something. This is right. Sipple breaking this.
This is big. This is big. He says the Nebraska-Cincy game that was supposed to be in Indianapolis to kick off next season, there's some strong rumors this game may be moved to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and it might be a Thursday night game. So not just a Saturday game. We're talking about potentially moving this first game of the season from Indianapolis to Arrowhead in KC, and potentially on a Thursday night to kick the season off for Nebraska against Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, obviously, they've been in the playoffs, 3-4 years ago, and they've had a great run. And so they have a fan base. So this game would have been 50-50 at best, maybe a little bit more. I mean, in Indy for Cincinnati, that would have been, that's been the crowd. Now it just went to like a 90-10 if it goes to Arrowhead.
Yes.
It'd be 90% Husker fans.
And this is a home game for Cincy.
Yeah. Yes.
Their home game.
Yeah. So what had to have happened in my mind, which I mentioned to you earlier when you briefed me on what was going on, was that somehow Cincy got more money to move the game to Kansas City. That's what had to have
money
happened.
talks,
because you wouldn't. If someone says, "How about going to Arrowhead?" They'd be like, "Going, no, we're not doing that.
That's a Nebraska home game.
That's
really
dumb." Or okay, how about go to Arrowhead and we'll give you like $2 more million? Okay,
now I'm listening.
Now we're listening. Now we're on board. What's going on here? Absolutely.
So again, that's not official. That's per Sean Callahan and Sip of On Three.
Hut.
Who say that? Watch out for some news potentially that the Cincinnati Nebraska game could be moved soon from Indianapolis instead to Kansas City, and maybe a Thursday night game to kick off.
There's a chance the
season.
tickets go on sale this afternoon, so be alert.
Stay by your phones at all times.
Stay by your phones.
Don't do anything fun today.
Matter of fact, if you get a chance right now, this morning, right away, call the ticket office at UNL and just see How do I get my tickets to Arrowhead?
Now, I was hoping for this reaction from at least somebody, because we have a lot of Indiana listeners.
Yes.
Jim in Lebanon, Indiana, just says on YouTube, no!
Yeah, if you're out there, you are mad. I would be. I'd be
if you live out there,
yeah.
say, hey, I was going to go to India.
Yeah,
it's in my state.
It's going to be incredible. Yeah.
Short drive for me.
Going to be fun.
Don't need a hotel even. I can go back home afterwards.
Indianapolis have been on
got
fire.
some St. Elmo's steak, possibly. It's not official yet. It's potentially looking like Nebraska Cincy next year could be maybe at
How about
Arrowhead.
Sip breaking that?
Yeah.
Tell you
he
what,
texted me before the show.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's why he's the sports writer of the year.
Now, I like the fact he covers himself. He says it's nothing official yet, but it's basically a done deal.
Yes.
So
when Sip makes that statement, he knows he has
proclamation there.
He doesn't ever throw things out in that nature. Thank you, Steve Sipple, for breaking that information.
So we will hopefully have some more news on that today or soon regarding, is that official? But that's where it's leading, that Nebraska Cincinnati could be in Kansas City. Yesterday, Bill, before they took off for California, Matt Rule spoke to the media. And of course, you would guess the majority of the questions were, how's the offense look after 1 week of Dana Holgorsen? Here is Matt Rule on how the players
audio
done. Yeah, I've got some audio. How have the players done with the change to Dana? Here's Matt Rule from yesterday.
I think Dana's stepped right in. Like I said, we're, it's still the same language. He's, adapting to everything that we do. The players, it's, like I said, it's the same thing. It's just, someone new in the mix. All the same coaches are coaching their guys. So it's just, like I said, a fresh perspective on what we were doing. And I think he's gotten along well with the players. And I think the players have practiced well this week.
Is he working with any specific position group, or is it more big picture?
He has a history with receivers. He's coached with receivers for a long time. He has a history with quarterbacks, but those guys are coaching their positions, and he's kind of running the unit and game planning and going in and running different parts of practice, and might sit in a different meeting every day. But he's not attached to any one position right now.
One more from Rule. Has the integration of the offense been smooth this week? Matt Rule from yesterday.
I think the whole thing's been smooth. I think the whole thing's been seamless. I think like the way Sat, Glenn, Garrett, Donnie, EJ, the way that they've made it seamless, because hey, this is that, and they've just adapted to it right away. And so I think everyone's excited about this opportunity. Everyone's excited to have someone of Dana's resume in the building. And so yeah, it's been way smoother than maybe one would think, but I wouldn't have done it if I didn't know Dana, know his ability to do something like this. And so I think it's been good, and we'll go play Saturday and see if there's any hiccups in the process. We'll adjust them moving forward. That's why, like I said, this wasn't some short-term splash thing. This was to me an opportunity to make an epic move that can push us into the next tier. This is our first game on that push.
An epic move to push us into the next tier, says Matt Rule. So he said it's been smooth so far. I mean, again, it's something you don't see, where a brand new coordinator comes in from a different school and is coaching the offense within his first week here, basically. So I know that people are optimistic. There's still a lot of pessimism saying, how can this look in 1 week? But Matt Rule sounds like it looks okay in practice.
Yeah, and then I like I said, there's going to be a newfound energy, so that's always a big plus for it. No matter what, if you're a typical fan like we are in this station and in other places, that's the answer you're going to get. Can you imagine the answer being like, how's it going? Is it like that? Not very good. Right. A lot of confusion, guys running into each other. So that wasn't going to be the case. So no matter what, so you're going to get a positive response,
absolutely,
which you would expect. But also at the same time, do I think it's going really well? I don't know anyone down there. I don't talk to anyone. I would assume it's going great. So like I said, he talked about how he's using the same verbiage. They have a lot of the plays which were same as, and they'll have new additions, and it will look different. That's the one thing I would say. It will look different because that's the one thing it has to do. It has to look different. And so if you line like that's, I cannot tell when the game's over and you say, I have no idea who was if we changed coordinators or not. That would not be what you would want, I would believe, from a head coach down. So, like I said, I anticipate really good things happen. I told you I anticipate him to win the game.
One more from Matt Rule. Will Dana Holgers be on the field or in the box as
That's
the
a good
OC?
question.
Here's Matt Rule that yesterday.
He, obviously he's called a lot of games, and the games he called as a head coach, obviously he was always on the field. Probably nowadays, with the new play sheet, new words, it'd be easier to be in the box. But I think he's still working through all that. I think we have a decision, but I don't want to say it in case he changes his mind. Because that's never bothered me. I've always felt like wherever someone feels most comfortable, it's at the end of the day, it's the play call that matters the most. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the field, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the box. We're still working through a little.
If you had to put a percentage, Bill, on people, coaches, that let's say are offensive coordinators, what percentage are in the box versus on the field? If you had to put a guess out there.
Much higher defense on the field, offense in the box.
Okay,
that'd be the percentage. It is so much nicer. I always feel, especially defensively, just really want to see your players. You really want to talk to them in between, just to be with them there emotionally. But there is a big advantage, and there's people that call it from the press box. There's a big advantage from calling from a non-emotional place, where you're just, my things are laid out in front of me. I have my mind. I'm thinking about just nothing about. Coach hit on the most important thing is you get the right defense or the right play called, and so sometimes things can get a little hectic down on the field. So, but for the most part, you'll see it. Like I said, like you see it right now in the NFL. Your coach McDaniel,
Mike McDaniel,
he calls the plays, doesn't he?
He does.
He's the head coach, so he's on the field. I mean, NFL's almost, there's a ton of it. So either way, but the percentage would be up. I would also, no idea how to handicap where he's going to be on Saturday, but the difference is that he's not coaching a position, so he's got a position coach to talk to every one of his units, so he can get to address what has to happen in between series. But sometimes it is nice if you are brand new also to be able to walk to the receivers in between series and talk to them. Go down to the quarterback, talk to the quarterback himself. That's so. Like I said, either way, I would put zero stock in like this is really big. That's a mistake. If all of a sudden the game kicks off and he's in the press box, what are we doing? Or he's on the sideline, what are we doing?
Yeah, either way,
I think nothing of it because, like Coach said, he's a veteran play caller and he'll be fine. But it wouldn't surprise me to see him up because there's a position coach for every single one. That's usually not the case. Usually, as a coordinator, you're coaching a position. So it's a little bit different.
Just did this. Looked up before I get to break that the line opened for USC as an 8.5 point favorite. It jumped to 9. As of this morning, it's down to 7.5. USC. So money coming in on Nebraska right now.
Coming in hard.
So yeah, we'll see what it looks like. It, but again, every game that USC has played for the most part has been a tight game. They've lost all close games. They've won a lot of close, they've won some close games, but they've lost most of the close games. So if it's a one possession game, Nebraska's also had issues with that over the years. So it's going to see who will make the big mistake or who will make the big play if it's a one possession game.
We talked about it earlier in the week, and I know that I'd mentioned this is a massive head coaching game. Both had bye weeks.
Yep.
Both had some major things happen. USC is really in a bad spot at 4-5, really bad, not playing well at all on defense, and they changed quarterbacks. Nebraska have had what is there 3 straight losses?
Yep,
three straight losses, and they've changed offensive coordinators. Not just someone's coming in from the outside to run. So it's a massive coaching job by both sides. So when you watch it, it's going to be like, okay, who has their team the best prepared? Not some special play, not this. Who has their team ready to go in all 3 phases? Who has their team ready? It's not. It's going to be it's between. This is real simple. It's between the quarterback for USC and it's between the play caller for Nebraska. Not true. It's all about who has their team ready to play. Do they punt the ball well? How do we do in the return game? Do they have any issues like that? How do we play defensively? All the little things. How do we warm up? All those things. That's what matters the most.
Huskers USC tomorrow on Fox, 3 p.m. kickoff here, 1 p.m. in LA. We will have a pregame show here noon to 3 p.m. tomorrow for that. So I look forward to that. Before we get to break, though, Bill, Sip has got to be starving on his way to the
Probably
air,
hungry.
on his way. He's starving. He cannot go, but we can go for him to the Bird.
Yeah.
Early Bird at 19th and K. It's the best place in town for breakfast, brunch, and lunch.
I've never felt so much appreciation for the Bird as I did on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Trying to get out of the parking garage, which took me somewhere around 30 minutes. And I'm just thinking like that. This wouldn't happen at the Bird. You know why?
Out right away.
Because they have much wider stalls and
We
much
got
more
space.
space. And that this would never happen. It's all I can think about. I'm like, if I'm at the Bird right now,
I'm already home.
I'm halfway home. I'm halfway home. Instead, I'm going 1 inch at a time to try to get out of a parking garage. Lesson learned. You have that.
Just stick to the Bird.
Stick to the Bird.
Stick to the
Bird's the word.
6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every single day. They've got breakfast burritos, chicken fried steak, which is smothered.
Thank you.
It's a Friday. They got a variety of pancakes, blueberry, banana pancakes, cinnamon roll pancakes.
Hang on real quick. Ben, are you listening? Come in the studio. Come in the studio.
Okay, I'll keep going. 19th and K, free parking, unlimited parking.
Keep going. Come on, Ben.
It's the place. I'm sure it'll be packed today, but it is a place you want to be. And of course,
Get a mic because
of course.
Ben is going to be. He is officially going to he's a guest hash hole.
All right. And of course, they have the world famous hash hole.
Hash hole.
Hash hole.
Thank you,
Nice
Ben.
job, Ben. Thank you.
Ben. Appreciate that.
How would you rate that?
With that 8.2.
Okay,
I
that was
thought-
good.
That was
Very
solid,
good.
Ben. Thank
Great
you, Ben.
energy, Ben.
Appreciate that, Ben.
Thank you. How about that? You're the guest hash hole.
Is that our thing now?
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
We might be able to raffle that off.
be great.
Fundraiser.
Who wants to be the guest hash hole person on the show today?
Ben
maybe
came
make that a
in.
thing. Check it out. 19th K also locations in Omaha and Iowa. When we come back, it's time for FSPs. Next,
we
on
go.
Early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
When he stops the game-winning goal with his nose. When your hand accidentally becomes the pot holder. When her bike takes her off-road and onto the sidewalk. That's where we come in. Walk into CHI Health Clinic Priority Care 7 days a week for urgent and minor care at primary care rates. Getting you back to better health is our priority. Find your location at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoichFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and etiquettefm.com.
Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed, and oftentimes discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote, and always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
If you want to see a kind of a winter wonderland or a Christmas show, Beck's Trevor's putting up basically a Christmas light show inside of their warehouse, and that's going to be incredible to see.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I mean we've been inside of it. We said we could play. It's we put 3 football games going at one time inside that complex. It's
I think
incredible. easily. And so Trevor looked at it and he goes, you know what? We have time now because not all the seed is right here in house right now because we're developing the seed, and that's what Trevor's doing with his beaker and his Bunsen burner in the back. Now they're going to make it into a Christmas wonderland on the inside, and that's going to be fun to see. Stop by Goner, get a chance to check out the light show.
That has to happen.
Yes.
I got a text before we get to FSPs. You'll enjoy this one.
Okay.
This is from Gino, by the way.
Okay, Gino. What a great name.
It is
Gino.
a great name.
It's like he owns a restaurant, I feel like.
Gino says, morning, boys. Wife and I are headed west for the battle for the boot, the border war between Colorado State and Wyoming. Thanks for getting us to the first couple hours down the road.
Oh, that is
they're heading to the battle for the boot.
It's so here's the deal. That rivalry is real. That they're only about, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 3 hours apart from each other. The school, they're not very far from each other.
I think less than that.
It's not very. Yeah, it probably is less than that.
Like an hour.
Yeah, but it is. It's a battle. It is. It's a big deal. Now, right now, Colorado State, I believe they avoided everyone, which means they don't play UNLV and they don't play Boise. And so UNLV is probably going to get boxed out of a rematch in the Mountain West Championship game because Colorado State's undefeated. So there's only two undefeated.
They turned their season around.
Turned their season around.
It's a rough start.
Yeah, rough start. And then they don't, if you looked at their last like 3 or 4 games, it's like, oh, wow, that's like New Mexico. And it's not tough. It hasn't been tough games for them. So they got this thing turned around. So right now, Colorado State has the advantage going because Wyoming's playing terrible.
The battle for the boot.
At the Laramie's an incredible town. We used to stay there. It changed the last time I think I was there. We used to stay in a motel. And it was a truck stop.
Yes,
that's where the team stayed at. And it was like so you go check on your players. There's no hallway. You were outside. So yeah, quite interesting.
There you go.
It's a great place. I love going to Laramie.
And by the way, yes, Breakers, we did see the news yesterday that Nebraska landed Dawson Merritt officially, the commit from the former Bama commit linebacker, now Nebraska. So we did see that. It is time, though, on this Friday morning for FSP's potential field storming possibilities in college football. Bill, where can we see some epic FSPs this weekend? And
we discussed this, that not a great week for this at all. So that usually means that it will be. Right when you think it won't, it will. But the matchups doesn't say that. And also in the SEC, this is also the week where a lot of teams are playing, like I said, like a Mercer or a New Mexico State or a lesser team. So across the board makes it a little bit less. But Texas at Arkansas, it's possible. Texas has beat Tennessee. Tennessee has 1 loss. So the 1 loss they had was at Arkansas, and Arkansas will storm. That place will be packed. Arkansas, Tennessee, obviously they're bordered up to each other, so that will have a chance. The other one is Penn State at Purdue. Odds low, very low of it happening.
Lower than 1%.
About that, you'd be about 1% chance of it actually happening. But they would storm. They would storm right there. Here's one that's a possibility, which again wouldn't be a lot of people at, but they have enough to do it if they play really well. Boise State at San Jose State.
Okay.
Boise State at San Jose State. Now, again, don't look for thousands screaming on the field. Look more in the 10s to 20s
25
on the fields on that. Other one, very low chance of happening, but would be an epic storm, would be Oregon at Wisconsin. That would be a storm. And again, the odds were probably in the 10% on that. Wisconsin's had quite a schedule. They had Oregon, they had Penn State at home, they had Alabama at home. They got them at home, but wow.
Yeah, they're all at home, you're right.
Wow, but that's a schedule of epic proportion. Washington State, I think, is ranked 21. No, they're up to 18th now, maybe.
Washington State?
Maybe up to 18th at that. And they're playing at New Mexico. Washington State at New Mexico. The Lobos would storm. But that's about it. The other game that's intriguing because I can't wait to see the layout, and that's Ohio State.
They're 18th, by the way.
18th.
Washington State, yeah.
Just like that. Washington State is not out of it at all for the playoffs.
They're 8-1.
They're 8-1. They're not out of it at all for the playoffs. They have a shot
in the Pac-2.
They'll have, because a lot of crazy stuff can happen. The Pac-2, and like I said with Washington State, it's such an intriguing story of how they held themselves together, and they lost Cam Ward. They lost their quarterback, and their quarterback is playing fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So again, not a lot of great issues with it. But the game I want to see, the setup is Ohio State at Northwestern, but it's in Wrigley Field. And at one point in time when they played in Wrigley Field, they couldn't go both directions. They had to always flip which direction they were going because they didn't have enough room. There wasn't enough room for a full field. I imagine that's been changed, but just to see what that's like. So you're going to see people walking around Wrigleyville going to they're going to a baseball game, they're going to a football game. And also, but what an awful game. Ohio State, Northwestern. I mean, it's just, if you're Northwestern, you're like going, that's the game we chose to put in Wrigley. Why?
We're going to lose by 100.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there, though, because Ohio State, they'll pack it out of nostalgia. Like, oh, yeah, they're going to play here. Let's go see it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I'm really curious now. Again, this game you mentioned, but people are kind of just casting it off. Wisconsin is tough at home at nighttime. Now, the Bama game was 11 a.m. or Penn State was a night game, and they looked good for the first half.
They were
bad second half.
Just remember, in the third quarter, they're leading, and they throw a pick six. I mean, and everything kind of flipped. It never got way out of control, but you never thought Wisconsin could win either after that happened. So they were hanging in there. Will they be competitive? They're coming off a bye week.
They are,
and they'll come off a bye week, and they'll have them ready to play. So for that game to be 17-14 at half, I wouldn't be shocked. I think I'd be shocked if it didn't end up as a 17 to 20 point win in the end.
Do you think Oregon covers 13.5?
I would absolutely think Oregon covers that. Yeah.
Okay. There is FSP's sponsored by our friends at Beck's. Hybrids, when we come back, it's time for Aging Gracefully. Sip's not here, but we got this covered. And Song of the Day.
This is Jake's
I got one
Jake's
today.
got one for us. Ben, are you privy to this? What he's going to cover?
No, but it does deal with Sip though.
Okay, nice.
So that
Nice.
and Song of the Day
He's
is
probably
next.
listening on flight.
I doubt it, but I hope he is. All next in early break of the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 17th, enjoy USDA prime boneless ribeye steaks for $26.99 per pound. 8-ounce USDA choice boneless New York strips for $5.98 each. 24 packs of Coors Light and Miller Lite for $17.99 when you purchase 2. And call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey, ticket listeners, spend your Husker football Saturday at the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, as the Jay Foreman postgame show will be broadcasting live for 90 minutes immediately after the Nebraska-USC football game. Ribeyes are on special for as long as supplies last, with plenty of cold beer on tap to enjoy during and after a Husker victory against the Trojans. It's the Jay Foreman postgame show, live from the P. Dale Pub in Pleasantdale, this Saturday, immediately following the Nebraska football game on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now that Halloween is over and you're gearing up for Christmas, it's time to head to Tailored Life in Bennett to get ready with local shopping.
Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of Christmas trees in all different colors. Plus, many other fall and winter holiday items and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and The Ticket FM.
Listen to that horn. Once again, your song of the day.
Sounds like a pan flute.
As Nebraska heads to USC, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas from 1965. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
The power of music is so incredible. Because I don't know when the last time I heard that. Now, if you're watching, Jake, I knew every word.
I was watching that.
I knew.
Yeah.
I went eyes closed. I knew every single word. And it's like one of those songs. It's not walk-up music at all. It's more driving music. And it's just the Mamas and Papas. Did you hear the tambourine?
I don't. How could you miss the
Did you hear
tambourine?
the tambourine?
Yes.
That song is incredible. It's just absolutely well done. 99999.
Whoa.
9.
Is that always that score? Is it because there's a theme to it also, or not?
The theme, honestly, didn't do much for me.
Okay.
I know what you're doing for California Dreaming, going to LA, the Huskers. That did nothing. That would have
Still
got
a 9-9.
That'd have been a 99999, even if it had nothing to do with it.
Now we know how young Ben feels about music before 2004.
Yes,
this
and
is
that's
well before that. At 1965.
Ben will not like this. I think Sip, it'd be fun. We need to text him and ask him. It's hard to get the rating. If you just text me and just said, "Hey, rate California Dreaming," I'd be like, "Okay, let me think about it." you have to hear it and you have to hear it with headphones on.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to sip. I'm going to say Ben gave it a 4.4.
7.7.
Ben, have you ever heard that song?
Oh, never heard it before.
Oh, I'm telling you, curmudgeons, get on board with this one. Be interesting to see. And there'll be some people that probably don't like it at all, but that song is well done. Rick Heyman
Heyman. I'm going to guess for Sip, he would still be in the 8s for that.
Oh,
I think he likes it. I'm not sure it'd be 9.9, but I think high 8s.
I think he'd love it. Yeah.
Okay, some ratings here from YouTube. First, Troy 6.7, Genghis 8.99. Bradley says Jake hates volleyball. Oh, here's a plug. They beat Minnesota last night in 4 sets. Huskers have won 22 straight matches. How about that?
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
We don't hate volleyball.
I don't hate volleyball, Bradley. That's awesome. Great job by the ladies there. Someone says, what is the horn? It sounds like a recorder. I don't know what that horn was in that.
You kind of like a recorder. It does. It's not. I thought it was like, remember Zamfir, Master of the Pan Flute?
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's it sounded like a pan flute also. But a recorder, it does sound like that. It was very odd.
Josiah, age 39, says, great song, 8.79.
Thank you.
On that one. Bolt, 9.25 says, great driving song.
Oh,
you said, great driving song.
I couldn't imagine having that on. I'm listening to that again today.
I'll
listen to that again today.
From the text line now, some ratings here. Jennifer, 9. Hubby, 7.5. Solid.
Yes. 9.
Scott in Minnesota, 9.99, like yourself in that one.
I see it, Scott.
Ellis in Illinois says, that song deserves 10.
Right there with you.
Iowa Husker Tom says 4.45, below average, Jake, in that one.
Interesting. Okay, I pushed back on it. He's probably someone who doesn't put his Christmas lights up till maybe late December.
Probably December 23rd.
December 23rd,
on
probably.
a good year.
Yeah.
Ryan in California, 8.4. That's
Thank
for you, Ryan.
Yeah, California.
Are you going to
dreaming.
the game, Ryan? Are you going to be at the game?
Ryan, text back in. Let us know if you're going to the game.
He lives in Valley.
Jake can get you tickets.
He lives in Valley Springs. Where is that at? You know where that's at?
Valley Springs? Have no idea.
I don't know if it's close to USC or not. No idea. Bill and Bennett, 3.25. Who Clevis? Bert, 6.
Bird, that's a nice number.
7.9 from Vern in Dakin. Rod in South Lincoln says that is a great way to end the week. That's a 10. Jake Kip, 9.2.
Kip.
Shamia, 6.7 on that one. Stan and Bennett, 9.9. Zonk says nice. Mellow, 9.3.
Oh, it is. It's a relaxing. Boy, at first you kind of think it's kind of a sad, depressing song, but it's just so well done. The mamas and the papas.
Too Rip to Quit, 9. Better times in that one.
Yes.
Sounds like a French horn. The OG says sounds like a French horn on the horn.
I believe it is. I don't know. Please, I need help on this, but the horn was regal.
Eric in Hickman is in LA for the game. Eric, it's 5 o'clock your time. Why are you up right now? Had to listen to the break today. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. 9.5, by the way, from Eric.
Nice.
So there is your rating. The song of the day again, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas from 1965. It is time. Sip is not here, but we still do Agent Grace when he's not here. Now,
who's going to do it?
I'm going to do it today. So,
Jake Sorensen.
By the way, this is sponsored by our friends at Treads Central Tire Pros, the Palace of Tires.
It is a
just
palace.
south of Cortland, Highway 77.
There's no place else. So we've sent hundreds down there. Everyone talks about where's a place where I go get tires. It's real simple. You go to Treads. It is, like I said, it's a tire buffet. It's a tire buffet when you go down there. And the service, tires are great. Everybody can have tires.
Right.
Costs are better. Service is better. Why would you not go there?
It is worth the drive.
How's the drive, Jake?
It's awesome. I love Highway 77.
Oh,
I grew up on Highway 77.
It's comfortable. It's so comfortable. And they got a couple convenience stores, which is very odd.
Yes.
They're right next to each other.
They are.
They have 2 convenience stores within 12 feet
and they're
of each
both
other.
very good. They're both great.
I go to a different one every time I go.
Yes, you should.
I do.
I love them both.
Which one am I going to stop at? Well, I stopped here
2
last
options.
time, so now I go to this one, and so it's great. God,
what a place! Treads Central Tire Pros, just south
athlete.
of Cortland on
Lions,
Highway
Nebraska.
77.
Athlete of the year.
Today's Aging Gracefully is for Sip from me. It's kind of a bugaboo plus Aging Gracefully. I think you
this
agree.
is nice. Let's
Now,
hear this.
Bill, you have taken way more flights than me and Sip probably combined in your life. Recruiting, coaching, you have taken how? Guess the flights you've taken. Is it in the thousands?
I don't probably. Yeah,
Probably thousands of flights.
It's a lot because there's times when you're on, a couple a day, and so there've been a lot of flights, and you're go like crazy. And then you throw in some other things with, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot of flights.
Today's Aging Gracefully is regarding flying. It's
Okay.
not about the reclining the seat. This is about the service you get during the flight.
Okay.
All right. There is no reason in the world for anybody to ever turn down the free drinks coming down the aisle and the free food. I see it every time I'm on a plane. Now I'm good. Don't eat. It's 4 ounces of pop or orange juice or coffee, and it's a nice bar. It's a nice snack. You can take it for later. You don't need to eat it on the plane. Aging gracefully, never turn that stuff down because that's a nice snack for after you get off the plane. I'm thinking about Sip, who brags about sleeping the entire flight, so he misses out on this. I'm hoping someday Sip is awake for one that comes down the aisle. It's a great feeling when they say, "What would you like, sir? Would you like a ginger ale, Coke, coffee?"
And I get ginger ale.
As you should.
I get ginger ale almost every time.
I have told the person before next to me, if it wasn't my wife or I say, "Hey, if they come by, please wake me up. Like, give me a nudge." I'm not missing that. I'm not missing it. Life's too short to miss the free food coming down the aisle, the free drink, and the free food coming down the aisle on the plane. And Sip has missed it so many times in his life. I hope sometime he's awake to experience the glory of that moment.
I will say this: I push back in one area and you are correct, but I've turned down the pretzels.
Why?
Because I hate them. So I don't.
But is there a different option you could take?
No,
though?
use that. That's it. So it's a pretzel. It's kind of a talk to the hand.
Wow. So you are that.
But I always have
the
drink. I have been. But anything else, if it's a little bar or a little cookie, or it used to be forever. Southwest would give you honey peanuts, whatever, honey roasted peanuts.
Honey roasted peanuts.
And I couldn't wait for them. I couldn't get enough of them.
You keep looking backwards.
Where they coming?
Where's the cart at?
And sometimes like that, if the flight was not that full, it did throw you a couple.
Yeah,
it was like, whoa, that's good. I like this.
House.
It's on the house. I'll take this.
It's part of the price. You're paying hundreds of bucks for a flight. Take the free stuff.
Yeah, and I'm always trying to be super kind because I'm thinking the who's ever doing it, the male or female, doesn't matter like that. Whoever is the flight attendant that is doing this, and I'm just looking at them and go, it's a hard job. There's always some person. I want coffee, one Splenda, one creamer. It's always a whole big order, and guess what? They handle it. That's not an easy job to wheel that thing down and get everyone's drinks. I like watching Southwest do it. They take your order, then go in the back. And they load up a tray.
They do.
And they come out. And I love seeing that. And I also love seeing the giant box when it comes down. It really does. And I'll add this to it, Jake. When you're on one of those flights of distance and they come down with the box and it's got a meal in it, that's incredible.
Yes, it is.
When you get served a meal on a plane, that is
the long flights.
For the long flights like that. If you're going, let's say you're flying to Hawaii or whatever. So there's been a couple of times where, I'll have the Salisbury steak, please. And it's so good. It's so good.
I saw somebody turn that down. I'm like, it's your meal.
Oh,
I would 7-hour flight. You moron.
I would fight them. I would fight them. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. I just turned down the pretzels and if I don't know the person next to me, if it's my wife, I'll take them. They'll say, you want the pretzels or something like that. But I'm not going to offer pretzels to a stranger.
Yeah, we took a flight overnight from Chicago to Ireland. We went to the game a couple years ago. Which you, me, and Sip were all at that game. And you get, you don't get food at night. You get it in the morning when you get to Ireland, an hour away. Free breakfast. You slept through the whole night. Now I'm good. Why?
Why?
Take the free food. This is a very expensive flight going this far.
This
Why
is a
would
great
you turn
aging
down?
gracefully. This is very good.
Stop. Here again to refresh. If you're just tuning in, aging gracefully is a little bit of a bugaboo too. Stop turning down the free food and drinks on the planes.
I think
I don't care if you're 95 years old or two. Take it.
I think there is a little bit of a power move. I think people do feel pretty powerful. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine.
To me, it's working against them. Like, screw that guy. I would never want to hang out with that person.
My deal is that I never have, like, in our house, there's never ginger ale and there's never and we don't ever have cranberry. So I do one of the two. I'm always like, you know what? Give me a cranberry or give me a ginger ale.
It's your time to indulge.
This is my time. This is my time to live it up a little bit.
Someone says ginger ale and a Biscoff cookie. Nothing better.
I would never turn down that cookie.
And who has those laying around anymore?
No,
nobody has those.
When they
in their
show
houses.
up, I'm like, oh yeah,
it's just the plane.
Yeah, I want some of that. I want some of that.
So there you go. There's aging gracefully.
Jake, what a job you just did.
I did that for Sip because he's on a plane right now. And he'll take another plane to LA from Denver. So Sip, please stay awake for one of these flights to enjoy the service of the cart coming down the aisle with the free drink.
I never
do take it.
I never do coffee. Even though it might be in the morning, I never
take
do
it
coffee.
one time. I regretted it.
It's too much work for me to get it right.
Yep.
Yeah. So you see me make my coffee in the morning. There's a lot to it.
I have.
There's a lot of things going on, and it's just not gonna be right. So I pass on the coffee.
So there you go. There's Aging Gracefully.
What a
Sponsored by
job by
friends
Jake.
at Treads, Central Tire Pros, the Palace of Tires,
Cortland.
south of Cortland. On
Go
Highway
down there
77.
today and just mingle. Just go down and mingle with them.
I am due for some tires, so I'll probably see Ron in the next month or so.
God, do it.
I have to.
Absolutely.
When we come back, Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports picks of the weekend next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoyckFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
This show's pretty rockin', huh?
Yeah, I'm so glad my State Farm agent helped me go.
Huh?
My State Farm agent. They help me with options to personalize my auto insurance to get a great rate that fits my budget, so I don't have to give up the things I love.
Wow. Hey, so do you think I could get your State Farm agent's number?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Friday. Steve Sipple in the air on the way to Denver. Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch with you here on Hour 2. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And on Fridays, I believe we have Steve Sterling. Steve Sterling. Shin Daddy becomes Steve Sterling.
He's at the 67th percentile right now. So if you're betting with him, you're making a lot of cash.
Well,
a lot of money rolling in right now.
Listen up.
So we got Steve Sterling's picks. UCLA at Washington. The number I had, Jake, from last night was Washington at favored by 3.5. He's taking the Huskies in that game. He's going the Huskies in that game. And that's a big game, which we'll talk about during Bill's Thrills. The second game, FAU, Tom Herman versus at Temple. FAU favored by 1. He's taking FAU. He's taking the Owls in that game. He's taking the Owls. Then we have Hawaii making the trip, making the flight to the mainland. Hawaii at Utah State. Hawaii is favored by 2, and he is taking the Rainbow Warriors on that, taking the Rainbow Warriors.
That'd be a big step to get into a bowl game. They're 4-6 right now.
It'd be a big step to give them a chance. Yeah, absolutely. So Hawaii's got a shot. So to recap, UCLA at Washington taking Washington 3.5 favorites. FAU, Temple's basically a pick 'em a 1-point game. It's taking FAU. And then Hawaii at Utah State. Hawaii's favored by 2, taking Hawaii.
I believe I'm trying to do some math here, Bill. That game's at 2 p.m. at Utah State, so that's probably about 9 a.m. Hawaii time.
Might be about right.
Is that right?
Yeah, be about right.
Early game.
Yeah, early
for the
game.
Islanders there.
Yeah, a very early game. And so, and Utah State's been up and down. They fired their coach. They're getting a new coach. The coach, the interim, did not do anything to be worthy of him keeping the job. So it's going to be, and that's a good job. It's a mountain. You know, I said it's a. Matter of fact, they're in the Pac-12 now. Utah State is going to the Pac-12 next year.
It's the Pac-2 right now. It will be the Pac-12.
Whatever it is, the Pac, whatever it's going to be.
The Pac something.
If they're going to call it Pac-12, it'll be hilarious with only 8 teams. That's another one that always cracks me up. The number always gets me a little bit on those things. I love
it's a brand.
Yeah,
okay, whatever.
I love when they say, like, I really do. I appreciate the ACC. Because it's a name and not by a number. So I enjoy that. Go ahead.
Well, we are now joined on the phone by our good friend we talk to every Friday, Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. Lee, good morning. How are you on this fine Friday?
I'm good. I think you and I are feeling pretty good about the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, everything's temporary with them, Lee. They had a nice win on Monday night against the Rams. Right. Now they should beat the Raiders. With that, in a second, they should beet the Raiders, but this team also has been terrible at home this year. I think they're 1-3 in Miami this year. So it's been bad. A couple blowout losses to Tennessee and to Buffalo at home. But we'll get to that here in a second, Lee. But Let's get to it. We've got in the Big 12. Now, this is odd because the records would make this game weird why the spread's like this, but BYU is a 3-point favorite against Kansas tomorrow. Right. BYU undefeated. Do they stay that way after the game against Lance Leipold's crew, Lee?
How about this? Line's now down to 2.5. A lot of people believe in Kansas. They have to be the best 3-6 team we've ever seen if you're going to bet Kansas here. So is their offense looking good? Yeah. 532 total yards last week. Jaden Daniels looks like he's 100%. He had 3 touchdowns last week. Devin Neal, 116 rushing yards. But Iowa State total was down like 5 starters by the time this game hit halftime. So I'm not so sure that this was that impressive of a win. There was twice that Iowa State didn't even line up a cornerback over the wide receiver, and they just threw it out to the receiver who gained big yardage. So I think they faced a team that was on a steep decline. BYU, I know they escaped Utah, just won 22-21 on that field goal with 3 seconds left, but that was their bitter rival. Whatever Utah had left, they gave it at that effort. And they were just 1-12 on third down conversions. I think this is a tough place to play. I expect BYU to bounce back. They playing at night and altitude. Kansas, I don't believe has ever played there in recent memory. I like BYU. They're going to lose eventually, but not on Saturday night. BYU 30-24.
30-24. Cougars stay undefeated in the Big 12. Moving on to the Big 10, Oregon heads to Wisconsin for a night game. They're 14-point favorites at the Badgers. The Badgers have played well at night at Camp Randall. Is there any chance of an upset, Lee, or is this the Ducks keep rolling?
The Ducks are really good, but they have yet to score 40 points. Big 10 game. Failed to cover against Maryland despite being +3 in turnover margin. Wisconsin had 2 games against some good teams, against an Alabama team. They were playing right with Alabama, and then they lost their starting quarterback. And then against Penn State, they're right there, and they throw a pick 6. I think they're going to be hanging around here. I think this is going to be a closer game than most people would realize. I think Oregon wins 31-20, but I'm taking the 2 touchdowns.
31-20 Ducks win, but Badgers cover at Camp Randall. We're joined by Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Lee, the game we care about most in Lincoln, Huskers head out to USC. USC, as of when you said this, was 9-point favorites against Nebraska. We know that Raiola will play for the Huskers this Saturday, so it was a question when you put this out. But USC, a new quarterback in Maeva. The Huskers have a new OC in Dana Holgorsen. What gives on Saturday?
Well, 2 teams, and it looks like semi-turmoil. USC demoted Miller Moss. I don't think he was the problem. So it looks like he's going to probably, I'm hearing, transfer out through NIL. And Maeva, I think he's okay. Nothing special here. I think that they made the move with Dana Holgorsen. I think they realized they need to open up the offense, need to throw more. I think the air raid is a good match here for this young quarterback, Dylan Raiola. It's going to take time, tough to do in season here, but maybe a couple plays here and there, some creative thinking and opening up the passing offense, I think might be able to help them here. So I'm going to call for the outright upset here. Why not? 28-24, Nebraska.
That would get Nebraska to their first bowl game since 2016, Lee. That'd be a very big deal here in Lincoln. We hope that very much so.
What bowl game are they talking about if they won?
I've seen several. I saw the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte. It's a possibility. And then after that, there's just kind of a variety of options. We want to not go to Detroit, but again, a bowl game is a bowl game at this point for this program.
No, I think you get to visit the assembly line at one of the automakers.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
One of the field trips.
Not going to lie to you, I'd like to go see that. I think it'd be awesome. I'd love to see some spot welding going on.
Let's go to Detroit. Why not? To the NFL, Lee, you don't see very often an undefeated 9-0 team be an underdog, but the Chiefs are that at Buffalo. 2.5-point favorites are Josh Allen, the Bills. Does Patrick Mahomes get to show that, hey, we are very good and get to 10-0 in this game?
Do I think they're the greatest team of all time? No. But I think they have the better defense. And defense is going to win a lot of games here. They're without their star kicker now. He's on the IR. But you got the best coach, in my opinion, Andy Reid. You want a 4th down play call, he's the guy. You want a defense, Chiefs They fit the bill. You want a quarterback, great as an underdog. Patrick Mahomes, 14-3-1 as an underdog. He's won his last 7 in that role outright. He's the guy. Josh Allen is incredible, but he's going to be down Keon Coleman, not playing in this game. Amari Cooper, Dalton Kincaid, other 2 of the top 3 targets that he has. It looks like game time decision here. The public loves Buffalo. This game started off as Kansas City -1. Buffalo's now -2 to 2.5 here. Don't fall for the trap. Kansas City, they're going to lose, just not this week. KC 24-21.
24-21. Chiefs stay undefeated and get to 10-0. That'd be impressive. The Dolphins, like we said, beat the Rams on Monday Night Football. That was an impressive win. They are 7.5-point favorites against the Raiders. Do they finally get their second home win of the season, Lee?
I think there's a good chance they do. I mean, they're going against a Vegas team that I think they're going to fire Antonio Pierce. He was not the answer. It just so happened he was there when they won a bunch of games last year and were competitive. They fired the rest of the offensive staff. And who did they bring in? None other than Norv Turner. Hadn't heard that name in a while. So I don't think that's the answer. Was John Gruden not available? Was he too deep in negotiations with Barstool? I mean, it's a joke. When you bring back some of these guys, I mean, Norv Turner's not the answer here. None of the quarterbacks are. Gardner Minshew, it looks like, will start. He has 6 touchdowns and 12 turnovers so far this year. Aiden O'Connell's out for the year. Desmond Ridder, they were thinking of starting him for this game. Are you kidding me? I like the offense here for Miami. I think they're really starting to click here. I think the offensive line also looked good running the football against Buffalo and also the Rams. Taking Miami to get a rare, easy win here. 28-17 Dolphins.
28-17 Fins gets a 4-6. And last one, Lee, back to college in the Big Ten. Illinois is a 3-point favorite against Michigan State tomorrow.
Yep. If anyone wants to get this game, it's, pretty close to a pick'em field goal line on this game. How about this? I think there's a clear right side winner in this game. Be one of the first 5 callers. Call 800-400-9741. I will hand out Illinois and Michigan State for free. 800-400-9741 to get that game. And how about this? Normally when we have a standalone game on a Friday night, $50 for a Friday night play. I'm going to make it $10 tonight. That's right. We're going to call it the Friday Fire Pick. The $10 Friday Fire Pick. $10 for my top college football selection. I just know if I win for people, they're going to want to come on board. So $10, not $50, $10 tonight at ParamountSports.com. We also have the UFC fights. Normally it's $50 for our card. 3 selections for just $15. So you can get tonight's play and the UFC plays 2 nights of back-to-back action. $25. ParamountSports.com. You guys going to watch the fight tonight?
Probably not, but I'll probably watch Washington UCLA tonight, though.
Okay.
A little football.
It's free. I will not pay for these. Well, I don't know whether you want to call them freak shows or spectacles, but I'm interested to see if Mike Tyson. I'd love to see Mike Tyson knock him out. Wouldn't that be great?
Very possible. How old is he? What 50? How old is Mike? Is he
57?
58. I might have to watch this now. I might have to.
I think he has the power. The question is, can he take a punch at 58? We've seen, fighters once they reach 40, boxing and also the UFC have some problems taking a punch. The one thing I don't want to see, I want to see a knockout either way. First couple rounds. I don't want to see an 8-round hug fest.
That's fair. That's fair. Lee, always great stuff. Right. Thanks for the time, and we will chat with you again next week.
Okay. See you guys.
That's Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Yeah, we haven't even talked about that. Mike Tyson's fighting tonight. 58 years old.
I somehow it showed up. I saw the weigh-in, and I was like, what is going on?
60.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to watch the highlights if I don't watch it live. But
there'll be highlights.
Just to recap, if you're just tuning in, if you want to see what Lee picked, he has BYU as a 3-point favorite against Kansas, covering and winning that game 30-24. Like that pick?
We're going to hit that on Bill's Thrills. All right, fine. It's coming up in the Thrills.
30-24 BYU. He has Oregon winning, but not covering 14 against Wisconsin. 31-20 Ducks. Has Nebraska as a 9-point dog outright upset, 28-24 at USC, and the fans there will be celebrating a bowl clinching win.
Be
for Nebraska.
Be crazy
in the Coliseum. That'd be pretty cool.
Which is and the word is from Steve Sipple as of yesterday, the weather is going to be incredible, sunny and like mid 60s or 70 degrees. That'll be quite a sight when you turn the TV on, because I've been fortunate enough to coach in the Rose Bowl and in the Coliseum, and it's very cool to see.
That'd be a very long memory to have. I was there when Nebraska clinched the bowl game at USC.
When you come down the tunnel in the Coliseum as a visiting team, it's really cool. Really cool.
Lee has the Chiefs beating the Bills outright 24-21 as 2.5-point dog. It still feels weird, Bill, seeing the Chiefs at 9-0 as an underdog, but they are, and they as winning 24-21 at Buffalo. Dolphins covering 7.5, beating the Raiders.
I think that's the lock of the week.
Dolphins, Raiders.
I think the Dolphins beat them by like 25. I think this could be just absolute.
I would like that
stomp.
The Dolphins haven't had a rout yet this year.
It's going to happen.
It's been 3 close wins.
Load up on that one.
28-17 Dolphins. If you want Illinois, Michigan State, or any other games, 800-400-9741, or go to ParamountSports.com. We always enjoy talking to Lee Sterling.
Now that looks good. That game looks favorable. You'll be at Brewski's, won't you?
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Because,
yeah.
You've been.
I think actually, Bill, we since I'm going to be gone for actual Thanksgiving, I'll be in Green Bay for that game. We're going to have a Thanksgiving with family this Sunday.
Oh,
so I'm not sure. I probably won't be at Brewski's. I'd like to be at Brewski's watching ball, but family's in town.
That's good.
So, but I will definitely be tracking that. I'll track it. Before we get to break, we got to give a plug for our friends at Trados, the website GOTREDAS.com. Grain marketing geniuses, Bill.
Well, we've covered like the staff in great detail and how they are covered. From in Iowa, they're in Missouri, they're in states, everyone bordering us, they're everywhere. And I delved a little bit into some research with a group I was with the other day about just I was talking to some friends of mine about that are farmers, and they just talked about, and I mentioned Trados, and their eyes just lit up. It's like, do you know those guys? And I'm like, well, actually I do. I'm friends with Adam and several of the workers there. I said the employees there, and they just said, they go, I've never seen a company grow like this. And he said, and just grown from Nebraska people that understand ag and understand how important it is to have the one-on-one personal communication. Because that's the thing. Now, when you talk to someone, if you have a financial advisor, I really don't want a text or an email. I want to talk to them. And that's what Trados does, like that. You talk live like that. And then also free consultation. If you're just sitting out there going like, I don't know what I know about this, because the one thing that does not exist in the world is a dumb farmer. Is you can't, you have to be so on top. It's insane when I talk to these farmers, what they have to know and what's going on, and how, and one little error can be so big into their success. Same thing. Take the errors out of it. That's what Trados does.
Check out the website, gotrados.com, GOTREDAS.com. Today, when we come back, Bill's Thrills, Freaky Football Friday.
The Thrills.
That's next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
When he stops the game-winning goal with his nose. When your hand accidentally becomes the pot holder. When her bike takes her off-road and onto the sidewalk. That's where we come in. Walk into CHI Health Clinic Priority Care 7 days a week for urgent and minor care at primary care rates. Getting you back to better health is our priority. Find your location at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoyckFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
We're on the air.
Back.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're watching on the video stream, you see Bill's hat says First Rate Ag on it, and he is the logo.
First Rate.
Yes, First Rate Ag and Holders is a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. They've been around 26 years in business. Reach out at firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327 to ask for Parker or Chris and mention the ticket.
I'm telling you what, right now, you want to. It's amazing that they can earn millions of dollars, bonus dollars for farmers, and also take care of your yard. That's remarkable. That is flexibility within the company, and that's not how this thing started off. And then Parker just kept expanding it. Parker and Chris have just crushed it in that area. And right now, think about, well, not too far. We have, no, don't worry about that. Harvest is just over. Well, it won't be too long. There's gonna be tractors back out in the fields. Things are gonna be going. Get hooked up with them now. They only have some. I mean, they're human. They won't get so much product down. So you better get signed up. And once again, the nice part is that they travel around and personally sit down with each one of their customers. That's why the retention rate is 99.9.
And also if you like Bill's hat, if you sign up with these guys, there's a good chance you can get a hat also from them.
I will guarantee the hat. I will guarantee the
guaranteed hat. If you sign up with First Right Egg, you'll get a hat.
Such a comfortable hat. I love wearing it. So I wear it all the time.
All the time.
I do wear it all the time.
It is time for a Friday edition of Bill's Thrills. We call these Freaky Football Fridays. Let's get to it.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
Is this going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. The ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. Bill, like I said, it's a Freaky Football Friday. What do you have for us today on Bill's Thrills?
I just love talking football, but it's just talking games, and there are some incredible ones. I think a lot of them tie in to the Huskers, to the fan base. I think like tonight's game, 8:00, UCLA at Washington, incredible game to watch.
Yes.
First of all, just take in the field at Washington, and when they show how that you can boat up to the game, it's incredible. And the
concept is amazing.
And they've won, I think, 19 in a row at home. Is it 19?
It is 19. Second longest streak in the country.
That's insane to win 19 in a row at home. Very, very cool. And I think UCLA is a huge story for Nebraska fans. They want to see what they look like. They came here and won. Then all of a sudden they flip around like that. And even though the score was close, they beat the crap out of Iowa. Tight score, but won. So it'll be fun to see what happens to watch it. Utah, Colorado is incredible. And people like that, if you're not engaged in what's going on with Prime, what he's done. I mean, what are they ranked now? Like 18th.
They have a chance at the playoff.
They have a great chance because they have a clear path. If they win the conference, they have a chance of being the bye. They have a chance of being a bye.
Amazing.
And then he took over 1-11, and then he got chastised hard. Sip was on him pretty hard. Even Sip even said, he goes, "Yeah, I got to push back on myself." I mean, and then all of a sudden now. It almost feels that they're not getting as much attention as they were last year. It really does
because they're winning.
It was like it's almost like the winning made it more quiet.
Yep.
And they're playing well defensively. Utah's going to be a tough game for them to win. For Utah to win because they're coming off that emotional loss, and they lost their quarterback again. So I don't even know who's playing quarterback for Utah. I know that that Rose, who played last week, is not playing in this game. So that's very intriguing. Tulane Navy, incredible. If Navy wins, whoever wins this game is going to go to the championship game in the AAC, I believe it is.
Yes.
And they'll be playing against Army. If Navy wins this, that means that Navy and Army will play a week before their normal game. Imagine that.
Weeks.
Back-to-back weeks they play each other. Is that not incredible?
It is incredible.
Back-to-back weeks could be playing each other. And like I said, Army's like they're in the playoff run big time because they're undefeated. I think Michigan State at Illinois is just intriguing. Again, for Nebraska fans, it's like, let's measure up where we're at and what's going on. Michigan State not playing real well. Illinois, same thing, not playing real well. This is a must-win for both teams. And Illinois really needs it. It's at home. So one of my favorites of the week for a bowl game is Baylor, West Virginia. Baylor at West Virginia. And I think that game's going to be a screaming game. And so that is for two coaches that also need the win really, really bad. So it's going to be fun to see what happens there. Missouri ranked at South Carolina ranked. Big game for us right there to see kind of. And Missouri is still, like I told you, they have 2 losses in the league. South Carolina has 3. Missouri's still in it. They're still in it to get to the SEC championship game. And so a major game there. I don't see how South Carolina loses this game. South Carolina's playing it at a very, very high rate. So I think it'll be fun. Tennessee, Georgia, it's a playoff game. Basically a playoff game. Georgia loses, they're out. If Tennessee loses, it'll make it very difficult. Even though it's just 2 losses, it will make it difficult for them. And so it's basically a playoff game. And I just saw for Georgia that ETN, the running back, is not playing. And so that's going to be interesting. Now the question is at quarterback at Tennessee, it's not been real pronounced yet as far as who their quarterback's going to be. So, but that is a playoff game, which is awesome. My gold star game, which we talked about earlier, Kansas BYU. I think that's going to be the most incredible. I think BYU is going to struggle a little bit coming off of that of the energy it takes to play. When you play in one of those games and then to win it in that fashion, it is something for you right there. I think Kansas can beat them. So I know Lee was on the other side of this right there, and Lee's the expert on that. I'm going with the Jayhawks on this one. I think the Jayhawks can beat them. It is an incredible place to play. So like I said, some really cool games. Not one of those games. This is like epic matchups, but there are some great games to watch. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. We've already hit on the Nebraska USC game enough.
If KU were to beat BYU again, they think, hey, bowl game is very much so in play. A terrible start. We all talk about the loss. UNLV was rough on the fan. They had a couple of losses that were bad early on or tough, but that'd be resilience by Leipold and the crew.
If he somehow gets him to win basically 5 in a row, I think they were 1 and 5.
I want to say yes,
or 1 and 6, or they were 1 and 6, I believe. And then they've won, so they're on a little bit of a heater. And the last part though, when you look them up, Jake, their last 3 games are really hard. They go to BYU, then tell me the next one is who's the next game?
Okay, Kansas. Kansas again is 3 and 6 right now. Yes. After BYU, they will host Kansas. They'll host Colorado next week, and then
very tough.
Then they'll go to Baylor.
So tough games.
But yeah, they were 2 and 6.
If Colorado beats Utah this week, that will, the talk will be insane of what potentially is happening in that league and what can happen to if Colorado if they just get to championship game. But if Colorado makes the playoffs, and in year two you have Colorado and Indiana in the playoffs, and Indiana year 1 in the playoffs, and Colorado, the only chance Colorado has to make it, they're going to have to win the conference. They got to win the Big 12. That's in my opinion. They're not getting in if they don't. But if they win, they're getting a bye. Could you imagine year 2, Colorado takes their team to a top 4 seed in the playoffs? Unbelievable.
It just gives a lot of teams hope. Say, hey, it's not always going to be the same Georgia, Bama, Oklahoma. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Indiana in the playoff and Colorado. We mocked Colorado all offseason saying, what's another year of turnover? Wow. Yeah. Your OC left because he just wasn't having a good time there. It's worked out. It's worked out for the Buffaloes.
They changed their offense and their defense. Like I said, they've just gotten much better. And that's coaching. It really is. They have good players, obviously, but that's great coaching to keep developing their team. And they've really come together. So, it's going to be exciting to see how this thing goes down the stretch.
By the way, Kansas was 1 and 5.
1 and 5.
And then now they're 3 and 6 with again, it's going to take a lot, but they have a chance at a bowl game still. If they went out, that's an awesome story for Lance Leipold and the crew to get there.
Those are the games of the week.
All right. That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows in Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387. We are early, but we're going to do the game show right now.
Let's do a game show.
And this will surprise you. Sip's not here. We call this Good Luck Bill when Bill is when
What's
Sip
my
is gone.
Where am I at, Ben? Good luck, Bill. Where am I?
8-5 overall.
8-5. Okay, all right.
This might stun the long-term breakers.
But
what is today's Film Friday is Seinfeld 4.0 today.
4.0. Here we go.
4.0. Great editions of Seinfeld trivia. Today's our
I've been successful in these, so let's see what happens. I don't know.
It's our fourth.
I'm afraid of the lockup. I'm afraid that I know. I'm like, I know the scene. I know the show. I can describe the whole what happened, but I won't be able to describe who it is or say the right name.
If you think you can beat Bill in Good Luck Bill in Seinfeld 4.0 trivia, please call us right now at 464-5685. Good Luck Bill starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
464-5685. Call the takedown Bill in trivia. Today it's not Shut Up Sipple, it's Good Luck Bill. And you, I'm sure, okay about Seinfeld
I feel okay,
trivia.
but I think there's a chance I look stupid because, again, I just lock up on names sometimes.
But you haven't yet, though.
I haven't yet. I have
trivia.
not yet. It's been decent. Yes, it's been decent. How about that? The song playing right there.
Yeah, USC. That's
USC.
right.
Okay.
That's what Sip would do right there.
The Husker fans that are going to be there, it's going to be quite a scene. I really wish the SC was not 4-5. The Husker fans deserve to see what that place is like when there's 80,000 people there. Even at 80,000, it's not full. I mean, it's a weird stadium. The one end, it's very odd, but it needed to be full.
I know.
And it just a 1:00 in the afternoon when they're 4-5. Will Ferrell's not showing up.
No, he's not.
Those guys, it's just not going to be a deal. And it's going to be interesting to see who has their team ready to. It's a master craft of coaching. Who has their team ready to play?
We have Mike. Mike, how do you feel about Seinfeld trivia today?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
All right. Mike, thanks for calling in.
Bill,
here we go.
Bill is 3 for 3 on this so far, so he go 4 for 4. First question goes
nice
to
to
you.
know.
Mike, first question to you. What is the name of Kramer's friend who is never seen on Seinfeld, but is always giving Kramer many wild ideas?
Wow, that's a deep one.
You have a guess there, Mike?
No idea.
Okay, I'm going to give you the horse head. I think Bill might.
Well, I have to guess because I have a name, and so I can't play the song. Bob
Sakamoto, yeah, Bob Sakamoto. It's close enough.
I think it's more Sacramento. I think at that. Anyway,
you got it right.
Yeah.
Bob Sakamoto. 1-0 lead for Bill on the steal. All right, Bill, for the 2-0 lead, what item does Kramer buy in a season 9 episode but he claims he hasn't had a decent sandwich in 13 years?
Oh, he buys the slicer. He buys the meat slicer.
Brilliant.
And then he also
meat slicer.
They had to feed a cat for Elaine, and they had to slice some thin and then slide it underneath the door. Yeah, it was
meat
incredible.
slicer is the correct answer. 2-0 lead for Bill. I think you'll get this one right, Mike, to stay alive. What actor plays the role of George Costanza? What is the actor's name?
That's not easy to name that stuff.
Oh, what the heck was his name? Jason Alexander?
There you go.
Nailed it. I did have that late. I had to think for a second.
Jason
Okay, I'm in a
Alexander.
pickle now, right?
No, you're up 2-1. This is
Okay.
for the win. If you miss this, he can still go the tiebreaker.
Okay, he'll get it. Mike will know. He'll be able to steal this.
For the win, Bill, to stay 4-0 on Seinfeld trivia. What brand did Kramer work for as an underwear model in one episode?
I'm gonna say it's Ralph Lauren. No,
don't say it. Mike, you have to get
I
this
see
right.
him. He's up against the wall in his underwear.
That's me, Calvin Klein.
There you go. Calvin Klein.
Oh, I blew that one.
Okay. This goes to Mike, and you'll go over
What did I
under.
say, Ralph?
You said Ralph Lauren.
That was so dumb. Oh, God.
okay.
I'm going to lose Seinfeld trivia.
That's not true. This goes to Mike, and you'll go over
okay.
under Mike's answer.
God, I knew that.
All right, Mike. How many of the 180 Seinfeld episodes did Frank Costanza, Jerry Stiller, appear in? 180 episodes. How many did Frank Costanza appear in, Mike?
Oh, geez.
Festivus for the rest of us.
I don't know, 28.
Over, under 28, Bill.
That's hard. I'm just going to go with a percentage and go over.
But let me tell you what.
It can't be my number would have been, I really thought the number was like 31.
It was 29.
29.
You guys are both in the right. You're up by 1, Mike. 29. Hey, great attempt. We'll get you a bagel and
I can't
coffee.
believe I said Ralph Lauren. What was I thinking?
It's okay. Nice attempt, and we'll call it on the road, Mike. Good game today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
That was
You know what, Mike? You get the full box of bagels.
Yeah,
I'll
Mike,
handle it. I'll
go
handle
ahead.
it. I'm paying
tell
for it.
Ben. You
Let
get
him know.
bagels.
Yeah,
We'll get
he
that.
gets the full box.
That was a well-played game.
Yeah.
2 steals. You had a steal, and he had a steal also.
Yeah, it got real. It got real.
And you guys both, you're going to guess 31. He guessed 28. It was 29. You get that is some Seinfeld knowledge right there for
That
you guys.
was because right away I go. People always think Frank was on a lot. Well, he really wasn't on that much. When he was though, epic. Absolutely,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely epic.
Jerry Stiller is R.I.P. was it an absolutely?
I don't know. I mean, so
it's incredible.
So Frank Costanza, so he plays a role that is ridiculous, right? And then he goes to King of Queens and does it again in a different role.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's insane that you took on 2 roles and you were that good. Just unbelievable.
Arthur Spooner.
I
wonder if he was probably on almost every episode of King of Queens, right?
No, not every. No.
But a high percentage.
I
though.
bet it was only in 55, 60%.
So?
Yeah, I don't think it's that high. There was a lot of times he wasn't, but when he came out of the basement,
Just so you know, guys.
hello,
here
Douglas. Oh,
comes gold.
Oh, it's so good. 6,
Douglas.
teen. Oh, if you guys get a chance, you want to enjoy life.
Oh my God.
Just go to Google. It's a search engine, and Google King of Queens and the scene where Arthur Spooner has Douglas and they order pizza on the phone.
Little store called Domino's.
Yeah,
You mean Domino's?
little mom and pop's place. Just Google that. It'll change your life. It'll completely change your life. It really will. It's really good stuff here. Swim's here.
He is
I wonder
too.
if Swim's going to talk about the starting lineup
Yeah, he might.
at all. We talk
Might
about the
do
starting
that.
lineup in Nebraska basketball. Yeah,
He
because
might do that.
yeah, might do that because Jake Sorensen got right in his grill.
I did.
Got right in his grill, and Jake won.
And
Yeah.
before we get to break, he could probably say he got hacked. He could. The 3 words you don't want to hear, Bill.
I've been hacked.
Nick might have said, "Hey, I didn't. Somebody hacked my body. It wasn't me who said that."
You said that. Yeah. Was that what we're doing now? Robot stuff?
Must be.
Huh?
If Nick
Was that
smart,
AI?
if Swim was smart, he would give Applied Connective Technologies a call because they're Nebraska's preferred tech partner.
They're number 1
in all 93 counties of the state. High retention rate, 99.9%. Right.
I talked to some people the other day from Albion, from Boone County, and they talked about what Apply Connect has done to the city of Albion. It's just
Taken over.
It's changed everything. And guess what they are? They're secure. Everyone is on complete lockdown. It's better times. It's better times in Albion.
One team, all your tech solutions, managing IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, audio, video, and more. Please call them at 866-358-0109 or go to appliedconnective.com for a free consultation today.
So yesterday, Jake,
Yes.
I got a text from the lawyer of the Stars, Mossman, Steve Mossman,
Mhm.
and he said that Applied Connect was all over was at his firm.
They were
there, and guess where they connected at?
the bird.
So they meet at Early Bird. They have a connection, and then all of a sudden, guess what? I have a whole law firm that's secured now. Everything is secured. There's gonna be zero like I've been hacked. Oh, hey, we're gonna hold you for ransom. Not going on.
That's how advertising works.
That's how breakers connect.
We connect.
That's what we do. That's the reason that's
Work
the success.
together.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Early
too.
Bird
Great
is the way to
people.
go.
They are.
Way to connect with that. And then an early break with Sip and Jake.
And Bill. The spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
When he stops the game-winning goal with his nose. When your hand accidentally becomes the pot holder. When her bike takes her off-road and onto the sidewalk. That's where we come in. Walk into CHI Health Clinic Priority Care 7 days a week for urgent and minor care at primary care rates. Getting you back to better health is our priority. Find your location at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoickFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for a Friday spillover with AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One Love. AD, how you doing this morning? Good to see you.
Doing great, my man. How about yourself?
Good. Where were you at yesterday for your speech?
I was in Brainerd, Nebraska.
Ooh, it's not that far away.
Nah, 45 minutes. That is the birthplace of three great backs that played at Nebraska schools. Joel and Jeff Makovic, of course,
That's
and
right.
their papa played at UNK with my father-in-law back in the day.
Is that right?
Yeah, all the
Brainerd.
Makovicas are just them are some rough. Them brothers are rough, man. They'll smash your head, man. So it's a good time, man. Good kids at East Butler High School. A shout out to their superintendent, Michael Eldridge, who had me come in. Their principal, Kevin is the principal. He's a grad of East Butler. And the AV guy that helped me out, Jason. And great
How about
kids,
that?
man.
I believe that's where Adrian Fiala was from as well, former Nebraska broadcaster and player.
I think he might be from that
Yeah,
guy. I think he is. I think
the
he
late,
is.
The late, great Adrian Fiala. Yeah. I think
Yes.
he's from Brainerd, pretty sure.
It had been probably, Jake, at least 15 years since I've been to East Butler. Maybe not that. No, I might have been that. Yeah, I might have been that.
15 years.
It might have been that long. And our good friend, Sam Stetcher.
Yes.
Stecker, who's come on the show a number of times. Shout out to him. He was over there for a while too. So they've had some good people over there, and always good people out in East Butler. Man.
And my mother's from the next town down, Rising City.
Rising City.
I know the whole area pretty well.
Rising City.
Yeah.
Okay. Short story, real
Yeah,
quick
please
about
do.
Rising
Please
City.
do.
That always scares me. This is probably 10 years ago. I was supposed to be speaking in David City.
Okay. Yeah.
Guess where I went?
Rising City.
Yeah.
Well, it's nearby. The next town. I mean, David City is the next town from Rising City.
I'm sorry. I take that back. Central City.
Okay, that's different. Now
Yes.
that's different.
So it wasn't
Okay.
David. It wasn't
All right,
David
now-
City. It was Central City because one of my agents, Tyler Carlson from Mid-America, he goes, I'm pulling into town. I'm thinking about an hour, 45 minutes early. And it was snowing too heavy. That's why I went really early. He goes, AD, how's the roads? I said, man, I'm like 5 minutes out from it. He goes, really? I was like, I don't see many people here. He goes, AD, you
what town are you in?
Where you at? I said, Rising City. He goes, there was just a dead silence. It seemed like it was forever, but it was like two guys. He goes, AD, it's Central City. That was one of the only engagements I ever missed. I can count them on one hand the number of engagements I missed that were my fault. My fault, that was one that I missed. Second one that happened when I first started speaking, I just had the wrong days. The other ones were flight related, but that was totally on me, man. I'll never forget. I was in Rising City instead of Central City. Long ways away from each other, brother.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So that's too bad. At least you know the town then well.
Yes, indeed.
You're aware of it. Last night we mentioned this briefly earlier in the show, but Nebraska volleyball, it's 22nd straight match. They won. It was 4 sets. They did not sweep Minnesota, but they won in 4 sets. Went kind of late, like till 10:30. But this team is just really incredible. And people said early on, that SMU lost. The team must be not very, very good. How about 22 straight wins, AD?
Yeah.
How about that?
We've alluded to this a number of times on our show. Ever since SMU, an unrated team, they were basically literally people could go to the game for free from SMU. I think it was they were going for free the first time they were even had an audience of that capacity. Nebraska has been on a buzzsaw. They needed that SMU wake up call when it took place a few months back, man.
SMU again. They beat Nebraska and Pitt, though. They beat the 2 top teams in the country, and those teams don't lose at all.
Right.
So it's just been a bizarre year for SMU. But yeah, like I said, Nebraska, since that match has just been lights out. A lot of they swept Wisconsin on the road in recent weeks. That was the first time since 2013. So this team's on a mission, and they are deep and they are talented. John Cook once again getting it done for Nebraska volleyball.
It's fun to watch them play, man. They play with a controlled sense of urgency. I would say controlled sense of urgency. They don't get flustered too much. Even when they got down in match 2, they're like, okay, that's fine. And they took the little timeout, whatever it was, the break, and then came out and said, yeah, we're done playing. Bye-bye.
Claytonia John says the SMU's match against Nebraska was the first time they ever had charged for admission.
Yes. Remember, exactly.
That's incredible.
Claytonia John. Yes, it was. Exactly.
That's the first.
Yes.
These matches are usually free, but a high demand. Give us $5 to get in. You're good to go. Nebraska, USC tomorrow. Huskers are at one point got to a 9-point favorite for USC. Now it's 7.5 this morning, probably because Raiola is going to play. It's official for yesterday for Matt Rule. But we had Lee Sterling on last segment from Paramount Sports. He picked Nebraska to win 28-24 outright. Imagine, AD, again, you and I will not be there. We'll be in Lincoln. But imagine being at the Coliseum, these Husker fans out in L.A., and witnessing Nebraska beat USC to get to their first bowl game since 2016. The euphoria that would provide this state in that moment.
I think it'd be somewhat ironic and somewhat fitting to be in LA to write that script in Hollywood. Write a script, a new script for Nebraska. I mean, Jake, it's something Nebraska need. We've talked about it. You've talked about it. Nebraska needs this game, one of these three bad. And why not start now? Stop putting these things off. We've seen this movie before, pun intended, in Hollywood. Hopefully we can see a different ending to it, though. We've been here before in November the past couple of years.
Nebraska needs to prove they can win a game in November.
Absolutely.
I mean, they 0-4 last year. Again, this year and last year, they entered the month at 5-3, needing one simple win to get to a bowl game.
Jake, I think we are 5-23 since 2017 in November.
Yeah, it's pathetic. I mean,
that's why the November narrative.
They have not entered the month out of contention for a bowl game. They've always had a chance. They just have not done anything in this month. It's been a month of pain. So,
have you announced your score?
I need to do that right now. I'm taking USC, and I don't like doing that, AD. But I want
you got to go with how you feel, man. I don't blame you.
I can come up here every day and spew things I don't believe in. I want to give you my truth. I think USC wins this game 28-20.
What makes you think they win? Just out of curiosity.
It's a home game. They have. Obviously, they have 5 losses this year, but all these losses they have are close. Penn State was they lost in overtime.
That was a gut big. That was a punch.
Washington on the road, they lose. They're in the red zone to end the game. That's a good team that just is not getting over the hump. I think they're a better team than Nebraska is.
Let me ask you this, Jay.
Why?
Let me ask you this: who has more pressure on them right now? Obviously, we know Rule's not going anywhere.
USC has more pressure.
If Riley's to lose this game,
they go to 4-6.
What do you think?
With Notre Dame coming up,
exactly.
Still,
what do you think his future looks like?
They can't miss a bowl game. They can't. That's not allowed with that kind of money he's getting. Like, who thought this could ever get to a point where they're 4-5 in November at USC? That team was ranked early on. They beat LSU off the bat. That was a big win. They were a top 15 team, and then things kind of fell apart. They lost at Maryland, which was bizarre. Again, across country, weird things happened. But it's just been a year because they're not bad. They're not getting beat by 30 points. It's weird losses by 1 and 3 and 5, and just this is so weird. The loss against Minnesota. They close game there at Minnesota. So they're a team that just maybe Maeva gets them over the hump and they start playing better football. It's a running quarterback. He can run the ball a little bit. I think it's a competitive game. I think Nebraska's in it till the end, but I'm taking right around the spread, USC 28-20 in this ball game.
Jake, I need Nebraska to win this game for me. I'll tell mine later, my prediction, but it's going to be a stressful weekend for the Davis household sports-wise. You got Nebraska, of course, USC tomorrow. Steelers take on Baltimore Ravens at
big noon. Rivalry game.
Me and my boys, my sons are watching that. It's just it's a little stressed out.
And the Dolphins play the Raiders, trying to get just back in the conversation.
Jake, now what did I tell you? Remember, I told you 2 weeks ago, they're not out of this, bro.
Yeah, but they have where the Steelers have margins
Jake,
for error.
No. Don't worry about this. We're talking about the Dolphins right now. Just have hope.
I've had hope for years. And how has that gone for me? Every time I start to get hope, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
What time does Miami play?
Noon on Sunday against the Raiders as 7.5-point favorites.
So if I don't give any words of encouragement, it's because I'm dealing with my own issues with my Steelers. But you gotta hope to cope.
Oh, I do,
brother Jake. It's like Gilligan got off the island. It's like Joshua fought the Battle of Jericho. Tua, he can do it to you. Now, Jake, brother, you gotta hold on to that. Hold on to his God's unchanging hand. That Tua's gonna take you to the promised land, my brother.
That is the son of a pastor right there. I like that, my man. That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next. We will see you for the pregame show tomorrow at noon. See ya.
Fins up.
Told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion.